This is WDNA 88.9 FM and WDNA.org. And we're bringing to you the Frost Jazz Hour every Thursday at 11 a.m. Today we have the honor and privilege of listening to Lucas Apostoleris. He is a composer and instrumentalist residing in Miami. And one of the things that I love about doing the show on WDNA is that this morning I actually get to be amongst some of my friends. And Lucas has performed with artists such as Dave Liebman, Fabian Almazan, whose music I love, Troy Roberts, and Martin Bejarano, and plays regularly with a variety of ensembles. His second album, called The Path Forward, was released in 2023, and he will be releasing another album with his quartet later this year. Starting off the show, he'll be playing an original entitled It's Been Good, followed by 4-chord song. Starting at the top of the hour, It's Been Good, followed by four-chord song, Lucas Apostoleris, here on WDNA's Frost Jazz Hour. Lucas Apostoleris is a composer and instrumentalist residing in Miami who has performed with artists such as Dave Liebman, Fabian Almazan, Troy Roberts, and Martin Bejarano. Lucas, how are you doing today? How are you feeling?
I'm quite well. I feel good. I feel good. Is this thing on? I hope it's on. Right? We're
Yeah,
good?
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It's on, it's on.
Oh, I'm here. I feel great.
11 a.m. 11
I feel
a.m.
amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone's here. Okay, great. That's all I need to know. I feel great.
So
Thanks
how
for
many
having
of these songs are on your next record?
Ooh, teaser. Yes,
Yes.
we have an album coming out later this year. I think the ones that you're going to be hearing today, we're doing a lot from the new record. There's going to be one from the album we put out last year that we'll do in approximately 10 minutes from now. But most of the songs you're going to hear today will be on our upcoming record. Will be released sometime in mid-2024.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
It takes so much work, so much time, putting a record together, putting the music together, and listening to your record that was released in 2023. I really loved the sounds. I just think it was so well done with the production in that sense.
Thank you very much.
A lot of jazz albums, it's very much in the spirit of improvisation, and you don't always hear that clean sound. So I really appreciated that.
Thank you.
And I also wanted to ask you, what is the difference between these last two records, and what can we expect?
Oh, man. So you mean the one that was released last year and this one that's coming up?
Yes.
Oh, boy. Okay, here's something I will say. As time has gone on, I have kind of, I don't want to say simplified, but I've changed the approach to composition that I take. I found that when you're playing with the right people, these right here, you can't see I'm pointing to them, but these guys right here, my people, there's like a huge element of improvisation, but not just that, just like kind of like feeling stuff out together. And there's like a camaraderie that I feel between these guys that really can be, expanded upon when you have kind of like a simpler template to work with. And I found that when I compose recently, I've been thinking more geared towards the people I'm writing for and kind of building from there, as opposed to kind of prescribing everything onto the paper and then just playing it. So I think to answer your question, the direction I've kind of been feeling recently is less things written down and more things felt out with the ensemble. So perhaps you might be able to feel that. It certainly is the case. I put out a record in 2020 that was a lot more, things were a lot more written out. That's the way I was feeling back then. And right now it's much more like kind of taking some ideas, seeing where we go with them, seeing how we develop them. And so that's probably my best answer to your question. It is the same ensemble, and there's a general similar aesthetic between the two records, but that's probably my best answer for you.
Yeah, and I love listening to the details, in certain songs where, you might double the melody on the bass or on the piano. And I just asked myself, I asked myself, I think Lucas wrote that down, but let me ask him. Yeah, those little details.
There are a couple of instances where, like stuff like that, I generally hear it as an arrangement, but these guys, like Connor, will just like throw stuff in that I'm like, oh yeah, okay, that's good. Like, let's keep that. So yeah, it's a combination of that stuff. But there are some songs. Well, actually, one of the ones we're going to be playing in a little bit has a section that's bass line doubled with the saxophone, and that was part of the arrangement. So yeah, it's a combination of those things.
I love the word that you use. You said camaraderie, and I've been recently thinking about the difference between friendships and camaraderie. And in some ways, I'm starting to feel like camaraderie is almost above that, right? Because you have a goal. You guys are a group and you have this one goal, and it's the music.
That's really interesting. Yeah, I hadn't thought about it in those terms, but that actually makes a lot of sense. And we do like when we do play together, I do feel like that we have a common goal of like trying to get this music out and try to make it mean something. And so again, just like these guys are so they're like these guys. I don't know if you know these guys are the best in the world. Like they're seriously these are some of the best musicians in the world, and they're so good, so easy to play with. They know what I want. They know what I would, and we're just like at this point we've been playing together so long that I mean it's just so great. I do like that word too, so I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, that's beautiful as well. Like you said, these are some of the best musicians in the world. I completely agree, and the fact that now you're taking a different approach to writing and writing more for the group is kind of what you were saying, writing more for the group. That makes me think of Kenny Wheeler because, a few weeks ago we did this interview where we talked about Kenny Wheeler and how Kenny Wheeler had some of the same players on his band quite literally until he passed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he wrote his music for the group. I'm forgetting which instrument it was, but in his big band, it wasn't really, he didn't really pick based off the instruments, he picked based off of the people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And whatever instrument they happened to play is what he would write for.
Yeah, I know that there's been, like Duke Ellington had a similar approach to his ensemble, and I think that kind of like really starts to tie things in when you start thinking about specific people and how they play, how they approach their instrument. So that's a good thing to bring out.
Well, I can't wait to hear the record, and I'm sure the WDNA listeners also can't wait to hear the record. You can also log on to WDNA 88.9. No, that's what you'll listen to. You can log on to WDNA.org to listen back to this show. And Lucas, you have a show tonight. Yes, another.
Nice plug, nice segue there. Yeah, we're going to be at Lanyap House, which is in Midtown, Miami. We'll be there 9 p.m. till midnight. We're going to be playing these songs and many others, but it will be my music. And if you want to make it out, we would love to see you there.
Great to have you, Lucas. We'll be taking a short break, and we'll be back with some more originals. Back here on WDNA 88.9 FM with the Frost Jazz Hour live with Lucas Apostoleris. Here on WDNA 88.9 FM. What's the name of that track?
That song was called "It Was on the Solstice." It is not released, but yeah, that's that. We're gonna move along to a song that's actually on the previous record called "The Path Forward." This song is called "Remember Me."
Lucas Apostoleris here on WDNA 88.9 FM, the Frost Jazz Hour. Lucas Apostoleris on WDNA 88.9 FM, and this is a Frost Jazz Hour. My name is Nicole Garcia, your host, every Thursday at 11 a.m. We have time for about one more tune before we head off into BBC News.
finger was just like behind this key. I couldn't press it. I don't know. I wasn't ready.